Okay, so we're looking at MA is equal to, we're looking at a problem, sorry, before I even start off reading my notes, sorry, that block A has a mass of 3 kilograms. So this is 3, and then we're looking at 6 kilograms for this box. Mentioned there's a spring, so we're working on another spring force problem, and the systems rest from a level and a friction level. The spring, the negligible mass, is not fastened to either block, so we know it's not fastened, so it's not going to stay either. So the block requires a speed of 1 meters per second. The final speed of the block and how much the spring compresses. So we gotta know like how much energy is being stored in the spring, in the compressed spring between these two blocks, right? So we know that our, let's start writing it out what we have here on the side, make it a little nicer. So before let's delete this image too, we have more space. Okay, great. So now we read the problem. We know mass A is gonna be equal to 3, mass B is equal to 6, and we know that we're gonna have to get an equation so that we can be able to get joules. Now let's first start off with this original equation. We know that something has to occur for it to have plus 1 meters per second, right? So now we're looking at an equation like this. We'll start working with the equation MA VA plus V MB VB, right? So we have to find out what will make it 0, right? We have a 0, but let's move it over to the side so we can work with a problem, right? Work with the variables that we do have. So we'll move this over to the 0 here. And what we have, MAVA equals MBVB. And then we know that if we simplify this further, it'd be VA is equal to negative MB over MAVB. Now we have all the necessary variables. So if we plug it in, it'll be 6, it'll be 3, and we'll just be left with negative 2m squared. So now that we have that, right, we have to continue on to the second part because that's not our answer, right? Our second part of the equation. And it's going to show us here that it's going to be like this. So we have to work with this equation now. 1/2 MA VA that we just got. Now we know we just got the VA, right? We had the VB, we had the MB, we had the MA, but now we have to see what we have now. M squared 1/2 and BVB squared plus 0. And if we were to plug these in, we get U is equal to 1/2 3 negative 2 squared plus 1/2 6 times 1, right? And if we were just to plug those back in, we'll be left with like a 2.3 plus 3. Yeah. 2 times 3. I'm sorry, I said plus, but my notes, I put like a period there, sorry. 2 times 3, right? Plus 3, which will just give us the 9 joules that we need. Thank you so much. So the answer is 9 joules. Thank you so much for